Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers and sisters. Today's reminder for myself and all of us, inshallah, will be on the purpose of Ramadan. As just recited, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in the Quran, "O you who believe, observing fasting is prescribed for you as it was prescribed for those before you, that you may become righteous." So the first point that I want to look at is, when we think of something being prescribed, we think of as a doctor prescribing medicine. So normally when we're not feeling well, we go to the doctor and he prescribes us some sort of medication so we get better. But here, Allah Almighty is prescribing something for us. Look at the beauty of Allah saying that fasting has been prescribed for you, as it was for those that came before us. And what's the aim, what's the objective of fasting? Is that we become righteous. We increase in our taqwa. So what's the essence of Ramadan? The purpose is to reconnect with Allah Almighty. That's our main purpose, to reconnect, re-establish our bond with Allah Almighty. And that's something that's second nature to us, it's innate. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when before this world gathered us in the realm of the souls, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gathered every single soul and asked the question, "Am I not your Lord?" So the question was asked by Allah to every single soul, "Am I not your Lord?" And every single soul replied in the positive, "Yes." So that's our nature. Deep down inside every single, whether you're a believer or not, that's something that's second nature, innate to us. To recognize Allah Almighty. It's something we've all done. And then we were sent into this world as a test. Do we remember what happened before? Our souls do. But that's the test of life. Will we pass this test? Will we recognize Allah in this world? For which it's something that is second nature. That light, that nur, our soul is always in search of it. And that is our purpose in life, to recognize Allah Almighty. And this month, the blessed month of Ramadan, is coming just a few hours away. For us, it's important to return to the book of Allah Almighty. Something what we need to do is discipline ourselves. Increase in the recitation of the Holy Book. Not just in the recitation, but also reflect on it. Reflect on the meaning. Understand what is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what message is He trying to give us. We need to go back to the Quran. When we do that, reflect on ourselves. It's a good time for us to think the past 12 months. Reflect on yourselves. What have we done? What have we achieved in the past 12 months? Look back on the year. At the same time, plan for the year ahead. What do you want to achieve in this blessed month? What would you like to do? Improve in yourself. If Allah Almighty gives us life, what would you like to do in the next 12 months? The blessed month is a time for us to recommit ourselves onto the sacred path and to the sacred tradition. What is the sacred tradition? It's the way of prophets Ibrahim alayhi salam, Prophet Musa alayhi salam, Prophet Isa alayhi salam, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. The prophetic way is the path for every seeker of God. Every seeker of God is the prophetic way to seek Allah. When we spoke about the realm of the souls, the first soul to recognize and to confirm the question, "Am I not your Lord?" was the soul of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the first, and then the Anbiya. We need to connect ourselves to this unbroken tradition of every seeker of God. From Prophet Adam alayhi salam till the end of time, every single seeker of God will follow this tradition of fasting. When we talk about the soul, that sometimes we say, oh, he or she is a lost soul. What does that mean? So like we mentioned, the soul, it needs recognition. It wants recognition of Allah Almighty. So we have to be on the path leading towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But if we're not, that is a lost soul. Because deep inside, that's what our soul is in need of. So if you're away from the path of Allah Almighty, we're a lost soul. But how can we be part of this sacred search? We should be thinking of getting rescued by Allah Almighty. How can we get rescued by Allah Almighty? Believing this blessed month that's coming, make the most of it. Reflect. How many of us know that our beloved Prophet Muhammad, eternal peace and blessings upon him, before the revelations, what did he used to do? He used to reflect. Constant reflection. Always thinking, pondering on the creation of Allah Almighty, asking questions. How many of us do that? Before the revelation, what did he used to do? Reflect. Where did he used to go? Mount Nur, the cave of Hira. He used to go and spend and reflect away from everyone. Alhamdulillah, we have the answers now to all those questions. But how many of us reflect? Think back. You know, so many of us, mashallah, we think of the injustices around the world. We say, how can Allah allow all these bad things around the world to happen? But the real question is, where are we? Where are the people of Allah? Where are the helpers of Allah that see these injustices but don't do anything about it? We need to ask ourselves, where are we? Where are our priorities? Is it just self-interest? Are we always just thinking about ourselves? Where does Allah Almighty, where is He in our priorities? Should be the top priority. But is Allah Almighty our top priority? We need to have the belief that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take care of everything. Have that belief that Allah will take care of everything. You know, we need to prevent our heart from fear, from anxiety, from doubt over provision. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the provider. He provides for all His creation. So why do we worry constantly about provision? We need to ask ourselves, where is our heart? Is our heart with the world, with the ego, with greed, with lust, with envy, with revenge? Who is the owner of our heart? Allah Almighty is the owner. He's the possessor of the hearts. This blessed month, let's give our hearts to Allah Almighty. It's a month, mashallah, it's a blessed month of transformation. In this month, mashallah, it's easier to change things around. It's easier to stop backbiting. It's easier to stop talking ill of others. There's no satanic whispers to distract us. There's a sacred hadith of the Prophet in which he mentions, if you do not give up telling lies, God will have no need of your giving up of food and drink. So it's not just about giving up food and drink, much more than that. Disciplining ourselves. It's also a blessed month of forgiveness. There's another hadith of the Prophet ﷺ in which he mentions, whoever fasts in Ramadan with faith and for the pleasure of Allah, he or she will have all previous sins forgiven. Now imagine this blessed month we can have a fresh start. How many of us, sometimes we we're very negative and we think, I've made too many mistakes, I won't be forgiven. We just give up. Think of the mercy of Allah. Where if our intention is pure, Allah Almighty in this coming month will forgive all our sins. How many of us think, I want a fresh start. I wish, bygones be bygones. All the mistakes I've made. Look at the mercy towards Allah. Once this blessed month, we have this opportunity for a fresh start, for all our sins to be forgiven. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Ghaffar, the constant forgiver. Think about this, constantly forgiving, looking for any opportunity to forgive. Just looking for any chance. What better chance in this blessed month? If we ask with sincerity, pure sincerity, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive. It's a fresh start for us. We need to get rid of this negativity that we have. Oh, I'm too bad, I made too many mistakes. Let go of that baggage. In Ramadan, there are levels of fasting. The basic is, staying away from food and drink. Just to stay away. That's the obligation. We have to stay away from food and drink. But then there's the fasting of the tongue, the ears, the hands, the legs, and the heart. Controlling the tongue. Not saying anything bad. The ears. If you know if there's any backbiting, we're staying away from it. The hands controlling them, not doing anything bad with them. The legs walking towards good, staying away from bad. And the heart, purifying the heart, getting closer to Allah Almighty. Take positive strides towards Allah. Get close to Allah. Be heedful and aware of Allah Almighty. Draw closer to Allah. How can we draw closer to Allah? Through the obligation, the things that we have to do. Going back to the basics, the 5 pillars. As a Muslim, we have to perform the 5 pillars. In this blessed month, the contract we have with Allah Almighty, the Shahada, remind ourselves. Once we say the Shahada, we have to follow our prayers. What can we do? We need to look back. Are there any prayers that we've missed? It's a blessed month, we can make up for those prayers. Zakah, purification of our wealth. 2.5% from our wealth which we have to give. Think about who should you be giving that to? If you have any poor family members, any neighbors, they have the right over it. Fasting, we need to plan, prepare ourselves for the fasting. The last pillar, Hajj. If financially we're able to, we should plan ahead. If we financially cannot go on the blessed journey, maybe plan for the next few years, saving little by little, so you can one day, inshallah, complete all 5 pillars. There's a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ which mentions everything has a zakah. What is zakah? Which purifies, something that purifies. And the zakah of the body is the fast. So the purification of the body is through fasting. Some of the questions sometimes we still ask in the blessed month of Ramadan, we ask ourselves, why do we still do bad things? Our arch enemy, the shaitan's locked away. Why do we still do bad things? So we need to ask ourselves, just imagine this cup over here. For 11 months, the shaitan, what does it do? Whispers, distracts us. So imagine now, this is the cup. So 11 months of shaitan stirring. What happens? The water is moving for 11 months. Now if we take it out, for example, shaitan, imagine being taken out. Does the water stop? Doesn't. Eventually it stops, but still the effects of those 11 months still come into Ramadan. But mashallah, what we do see in Ramadan, we see a good positive change. Brothers and sisters start to change in Ramadan. Some of the brothers, mashallah, start praying as well as the sisters. But what should we do if we prepare well in advance? What should we do? Make ourselves strong enough in the blessed month that keeps us going for the next 11 months. There's a hadith of the Prophet in which he mentions the fast is a shield from hell. Just like a shield protects you from a battle, the fasting protects you from hellfire. No, we should make ourselves so strong in this month that it keeps protecting us for the 11 months and beyond. It's a beautiful opportunity. That shield, make it so strong. There's no cracks in this shield. That keeps us going constantly. The blessed month in which there's so many benefits. Some of the health benefits. You know, what are the health benefits of fasting? It's a break for our digestive system. We're not robots. Our body need a break. Like at night when we go to sleep, the same way the body, it needs a break. Same with the digestive system. 11 months of the year, it doesn't get a break. But when you're fasting, that 1 month is given a break, and it needs. And these scientists are proving these theories now, but for us, it was proven more than 1400 years ago by beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings upon him. Another benefit is promotes blood sugar control by reducing insulin resistance. Fasting prevents inflammation, improves blood pressure, and also cholesterol levels. These are all science is proving these now. But for us, the best proof is the living example of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings upon him. So we've just literally got a few days in Ramadan. Now we need to take advantage of these days. Make the most of these days. And to get close to Allah Almighty. Make the most. Build your connection with Allah Almighty. Connect in such a way that the brothers and sisters that make a change. Sometimes we get very negative. We think, we make comments like people are seasonal Muslims. But what we don't see, the whispers of the shaitan have stopped. The natural, innate, that's the natural light that people have within. It comes out. Because shaitan isn't there to whisper. People start to do good things. What can we do? We can encourage our brothers and sisters. So when somebody who's never prayed starts to pray in Ramadan, encourage them. Say, mashallah, you're doing really well, keep it going. Make benefit in such a way that keeps them going. Same with our sisters. Sometimes, for example, we say some of our sisters start wearing a headscarf which they haven't worn, they're wearing Ramadan. Be encouraging. That rather than being a source of negativity, be a source of positivity for them. So when they start praying Salah, encourage them. You know, Allah is close to us, closer than jugular vein. But we need to ask ourselves, where are we? Are we close to Allah? This is a question just for us to think about in this month. We need to get close to Allah. Increase in this blessed month, increase the recitation of the Quran. Reflect on its meaning. Even starting from the short surahs, even a single surah, which maybe we recite every day. Start from that. What does it mean? What is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala trying to tell us? And maybe inshallah Allah Almighty through the blessings opens our heart through the light of revelation. That's we all innate, it's in our nature to look for that light. Going back to the original point, why are we here? What is the purpose of that? To reconnect with Allah. Every single one of us, our souls, wants to recognize Allah. These are the ways. Start from the basics, the 5 pillars of Islam. Reflect on them. Reflect on the Quran. Now we're about to pray Salah. One of the things just one point we can think about. When we pray, what should we be thinking about? We should be thinking that pray as if you're in the presence of Allah. And one way we can reflect and think is, when we pray, what goes through our mind? What is going through? It should be that you're in Allah's presence. Or if that's difficult, remember Allah is watching. So that 5 minutes, when we try to build a connection with Allah, at times the worst things happen. For example, maybe something that completely forgotten about, you'll remember. When will you remember? During Salat. That's when you remember it. So something that you've forgotten, which you might remember, and you might think that's really good, I've remembered. But something is trying to break your connection with Allah during Salah. Because the purification of the heart, of the soul, through Salah, that's one of the best ways. If even there's a moment in our Salah where we truly concentrate and remember that we're in Allah's presence, we're in the house of Allah, if we're truly submissive, the action of putting your hands up, you're being submissive towards Allah Almighty. If we truly do that and really believe Allah is watching, that will be a source of purification for us. That's something that for us too, that Ramadan is a training period to discipline ourselves, connect, inshallah. So may Allah Almighty, first of all, give me the ability to do as mentioned, and also give us all the ability.